Hello and welcome to our WIFR FastCast. Turning to our top story here this afternoon, Capron residents hope to prevent a historic building from being demolished. The village president proposes to destroy the more than 125-year-old former home of Capron's water well. Some residents say it would erase a piece of the village's past. Preservationists propose keeping the building open by forming a preservation committee which would assess the building's conditions. They also say the building could be a museum, but the village's leader warns repairs could reach six figures. WIFR's Nathaniel Langley speaks with both sides of the preservation debate.
Hey folks, WIFR's Nathaniel Langley, and here's what Capron's Village Hall used to look like, and here is what the building looks like now. According to the village president, it's in such disrepair that it should probably come down. But there's some in the community who say the historic building is worth fighting for. Be sure to tune in later today on WIFR and eventually WIFR.com to see what the group's doing to try to preserve its legacy.
A state-line pet food pantry says it's lost funding for this year, calling on the community to help keep the doors open. My Three Pups Pet Food Pantry in Capron claims the Community Foundation of Northern Illinois grant, which provides half of the nonprofit's revenue, was not approved this year. Volunteers say all their money goes toward operating expenses, and leaders add the group is now running on a four-figure budget. WIFR's Alyssa Kelly sits down with pantry leaders, discussing the mission to feed every animal in need and the constant attempt to expand to help all possible animals. The Rock County Public Health Department in Wisconsin confirms detection of the contagious bird flu virus. The virus was found in a goose who made contact with a Rock County resident. Now, the department worked with the Department of Human Services, looking at any symptoms to avoid the spread of the virus. There are currently no reported cases of bird flu transferred to humans. The last case confirmed was in 2022. And with families preparing the turkey, stuffing, and other Thanksgiving foods, the Illinois Department of Public Health reminds residents to safely cook that food to prevent the spread of any sorts of foodborne illnesses. According to Director Samir Vora, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds with soap and water before, during, and after preparing your food. Also, don't forget to wash those cutting boards, utensils, and dishes, and countertops as well while preparing that raw turkey. Vora says use one cutting board to plate the raw meat, chicken, or seafood. And if you plan on taking any leftovers home, make sure to put them in the refrigerator within 2 hours of serving. Black Friday is 3 days away, and the Better Business Bureau says scammers take advantage of those too-good-to-be-true deals. Experts say make sure to check the reviews of the products you plan on buying, be cautious of high-percentage discount items, and make sure to check those price tags with other competitors to make sure you're getting the best deals safely. And it may be a good idea to mow your lawn one last time this weekend. Yard waste collection wraps up the week of December 1st here in the city of Rockford. Your next chance to send your yard waste to the compost site won't be until spring 2026. Bags, cans, or bundles cannot weigh more than 50 pounds when loaded, and they must be properly disposed in a compostable bag or in 32-gallon or smaller cans. And after December 5th, there will be one final chance to put out your yard waste. That'll come during Christmas tree collection at the beginning of January. And a yearly tradition returns to the WIFR News set, and this year we want to honor those serving our country during the holidays. We're asking community members to help decorate our viewer tree by highlighting the brave men and women from our community who are actively serving in the military. You can send an email to us using viewertree@wifr.com for the email address, and if you send the name of the immediate family member and the branch they're serving in, we will write that person's name on a ribbon and tie it to the viewer tree during one of our Monday through Friday newscasts. And of course, we've got some unseasonably high temperatures here today, especially when we're talking about Thanksgiving and Black Friday here coming up in less than a week's time. So let's see how things are really going to shape up here for the remainder of our Tuesday with a quick look at our hour-by-hour timecast. So popping things up there right now, it looks like, 50 degrees is where we're currently sitting at here, and it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting too much warmer than that. It does look like we're going to sit there at about 51 degrees for our high temperature. That being said, we can't really be be too upset about that because that is quite unseasonably high here for this time of year. And it definitely seems like as we move into the coming days, we're definitely going to be hit with a little slap in the face there from that winter weather. So as we continue on throughout the rest of this afternoon, the big thing here that we're going to want to talk about is rain returning. Yep, you can see it there starting at 6 o'clock hour. We're going to start with a 10% chance there, 5 and 6. And then once we get into the 7 o'clock hour, that's when things are really going to start ramping up. We've got about a coin toss flip chance there on 7 o'clock. And then once we move into 8 and 9, that's when things are going to ramp up just a little bit more there. You can see those red bars there just to kind of share how possibly the, severity of this storm could get. Doesn't seem like it's going to be too bad though, and again, it does seem like things are going to remain relatively warm here even well after the sun goes down. And then, of course, as we continue on into our Wednesday and our Thursday, boy, oh boy, we're definitely going to want to be bringing those winter jackets out here, especially if you're going to be heading outside. Maybe go on a little walk with the family on Thanksgiving or heading out there and frying up one of those turkeys there. Man, it's making me hungry. Now, those stories that I just mentioned here will be coming up in our shows. Those will be at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Of course, to get the latest news both here in the state line and across the country, you can head to your smartphone's app store and type WIFR into the search bar. You're going to be able to download 2 apps once you're there. It's going to be our WIFR News app as well as our WIFR First Alert Weather app. And you're going to go into your settings and you're going to allow notifications for both of those apps. Those are those little alerts that are going to pop up right there on your phone, so that way we can get the latest information out to you accurately wherever you are. Thank you so much again for watching, and we'll see you coming up here in a couple hours for our 3:30 FastCast, as well as WIFR News First to 4 with Sydney Stoffregan. Thanks for watching.